Ba, 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 ba.
Dun, 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 do, 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 do.
Ba, 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 ba.
Dun, 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 do, 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 do.
Ba, 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 ba.
Three guys and a bear is back with also a dog, and that was one too many. Do, 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 do. Syllables. Burp,
Almost got there with it.
I liked it.
He did almost get there with it.
I thought it was good.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to week 6 to 7. Woo! And now we got a full house today. The dog is back. The bear is back.
Here.
He's back.
Everybody's here.
Yeah.
Everybody's here.
Dude, and it was a good week of NFL football this week.
It was.
It sure was, Bear. It was fantastic, especially when you get 50 Twitch subs on the line. That was
That
chef's
was
kiss,
crazy.
Bear.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, Invicta did end up gifting me 50 subs.
Oh,
I did.
Great guy.
What a nice guy.
It's a lot of money.
It is
It
a
is.
lot of
That's
money.
It is a lot of money. Yeah.
I didn't even realize how much it was. I was like, what's 50
Y'all are
subs?
wagering
Like
big
150. I was like,
numbers,
oh,
dude.
two of it.
Mhm.
Was it, that's like $250, right?
That's
Yeah,
like
it's $250.
$5,000,
That's
dude.
like
$1
$8
million.
It's like
million.
$800
Okay,
billion.
well, it's only $270, but I'm not,
$270.
look, when I make bets, all right, I don't try to get one over on a good friend. It's just like, yeah, I won, but I'm not gonna take your money because everyone
This is
needs
the guy
money.
that didn't even gloat when Tom Brady came to his team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if we know anything about me and Civ Bear, we know that I'm the most honorable. Everyone knows
Absolutely.
this.
Absolutely.
I didn't know it.
Yeah,
now
that's
I
an
do.
inside joke for us.
I see.
Very
now
arguable
you do.
point, honestly.
Yeah.
So let's start out with some football news real quick. It looks like the Raiders opened Marcus Mariota's practice window, whatever that means. I guess he was on the IR, so he's starting to practice. Okay. 49ers send Ben Garland, their center, to IR. That's bad for them.
That's not good.
Their whole team has been broken down pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just using a new team now. Like,
Yeah,
pretty
but they're
much, yeah.
still doing it.
They've been doing the past couple of years. They've actually been doing that. Like it's been weird. Like 2 years ago, it was like Jimmy G was out and they still won 7 games.
Right, yeah.
The Raiders are signing David Irving, a former Cowboy who's actually really good except for his failed drug tests and quitting football often. But when he plays, pretty good.
Okay. Quitting football often, you say?
As in, like, giving up
the
on the
Antonio
play.
Brown
so-
strategy.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it worked out great for him.
I'm still surprised he's not like actually on a team.
Oh, I'm
'cause
not.
I mean, but like he's still very good. Is
Yeah.
the thing that's surprising to me.
It's just
For the first time in a long time, I actually think that that any and all NFL teams don't care how potentially good a player is. They're just simply not worth the clown show.
Yeah.
I think that the last time I saw that
Yeah.
was with T.O. And
Yeah.
before him was probably maybe. Well, no, I mean, because Moss was still playing at the same time that Terrell Owens was, but Randy Moss was on a totally different level than both of them, I think.
Yeah, Moss
Yeah.
was just like good and also, wanted to get paid. Whereas like I feel like Chad Ochocinco and Terrell Owens were kind of playing up the diva thing as part of the brand, and to some degree I appreciated it quite a bit. Terrell
they
Owens,
did never throw furniture at children. So
yeah,
That's also
a fair
true.
point. Yeah.
when you see the list of things AB has done, like in paragraph form,
Oh,
you go,
we talked about it.
that's why.
Oh,
we
yeah,
actually
yeah,
brought up
that's
the list last year.
Yeah.
So trust me, we're well aware.
I just want, by the way, as just an aside, since he's off the team now as well, I feel as though Le'Veon Bell gets unfairly coupled in with Antonio Brown as like,
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
It's not right.
Former
This is
New
my
York
first time
Jet.
I'm hearing that association, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's like that man just wanted to, he just wants to get paid, and that's fine.
And he had to go to
too much.
he had to go to Jets Hell. And then after
Yeah, exactly.
suffering in Jets hell, he was finally let go by the amazing front office of the New York
He
Jets.
managed to make it up to the fucking Chiefs, so that's a huge upgrade for him.
That's man.
Literally from bottom to top. Yeah. I think that's
Yeah.
good.
And the Dallas Cowboys have begun criticizing Mike McCarthy, the players, that is, after
Oh.
agreeing
That
to
didn't
keep
take
things
long.
internal. Nope,
Wow.
man.
That's not good.
The Cowboys being divas? Never.
There's quotes, totally unprepared were the words of one player. They don't teach. They don't have any sense of adjusting on the fly. Man, who thought that would be the case prior to this year? I wonder who. Say, they can have fun.
I am glad that we didn't get Mike McCarthy. I mean, I'm there are
Yeah.
other things I'm sad about when it comes to the coaching situation of the New York Jets, but I am glad that we didn't get Mike McCarthy.
But
Could've
you'd
been-
still take him.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no doubt about it.
Yeah. So let's kick it on over to the scores of the week, starting out with the Texans-Titans, which was actually a really good game.
Oh
Dude,
my
hell
God,
of
it was
a game.
good game.
That was wild.
Derrick Henry, 212 yards, 2 touchdowns. Tannehill had 364 yards and 4 touchdowns. My God.
He's just good.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow.
I want to get your guys' opinion. I don't know if you saw this happen during the game, but the Texans scored a touchdown with very little time left, and they opted to go for 2 to make it a 9-point game instead of a 7-point game, and they failed the conversion, which allowed the Titans to tie it with an extra point. How do you feel
Right.
about that decision?
Bad. Like
Yeah.
it's a bad decision, right? Is
That
when
is a bad
especially when you outlined it exactly the way you did, it just doesn't sound like anything but a bad decision.
See, I liked it because
Really?
yeah, because hear me out. Some people who may or may not own a riverboat like to go for 2 to just outright win the game and then
Yeah.
lose the game because of it.
Right.
But in this scenario, it's not losing the game by failing it, right? If you get the 2-point conversion, you win the game. There's no way they can get 9 points in the amount of time that was left. So you are just winning the game. But if you fail, you're still up by 7, and you can rely on your defense to, be a
That is
defense
true,
and
yeah.
win the game. So it's not so much just automatically losing.
Can I go a step further? I think even what Riverboat Ron did was a good idea. Because here's the thing. You guys know what the fucking NFL overtime rules are like. You know what NFL overtimes are like, and how like it really can come down to whoever wins the coin flip.
Yeah.
And like especially in the Panthers game, like for instance, like they were getting toasted and stuff. Like I mean I don't know if or not the Panthers. What's who
The
does
football
Ron
team?
Rivera- Yeah, like they're getting toasted. So I mean, like, like going for the I don't have to play in overtime. I kind of get too, like to some degree, and also I do agree with Apollo on that last point too. It's just like, it still takes a full touchdown to win, but
to
you
tie
can get
even.
the win. Right?
Well,
yeah, to tie. Yeah.
For a team like the Texans, though, they need to do stuff like that. I mean, I can't say that I totally agree with the decision, but it does make sense from a seasonal standpoint that this is a team that has to do something. I mean,
Yeah.
anything to win, and a 2-point conversion would have absolutely cinched the deal, but it didn't come down like that. I mean, you got to respect a coach for taking a shot. It's not like the Texans have a whole lot on the line here. If this was like a playoff game, that'd be totally questionable. But I think that in the spot, I can't hate him for the decision.
So just positing this real quick, I Googled it just to give myself some actual statistical data. And Wikipedia says that the success rate of completing any 2-point conversion is between 40 and 55%. So it's basically a coin flip, right?
Mm.
So I suppose then you're asking yourself, do you want a coin flip that you're more in control of versus a literal coin flip in
Right.
that scenario?
That's a good point.
Right. Yeah.
And I guess that makes sense to take that in that case.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, plus
and
they were rolling, right? Because they were down 21-10, and then they take the lead in the second half. So, I mean, they're on fire. Watson was really good. He had 335 yards, 4 touchdowns. Like, you may as well be like, hey, I think we can get this.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
thank God they didn't, because we all picked the Titans to win.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, to be honest, like, I think for like 90 years of football history, people have gone for the most conservative point scoring. And now Like only the past couple of years, teams have started to be like, you know what? We should actually go for it on fourth
Lots
down.
of 2-point
Yeah.
Yeah.
lots
We
of
should-
fourth downs, lots of 2-point conversions.
Yeah, we
this year.
should do
Like, a
these
lot.
2 points. Yeah, like it's it's more points. More points is
Yeah.
better. So like, and it's starting to.
Dude.
So I think the game is kind of changing on that front, and even those statistical things are probably going to shift a little bit.
I am certain that has so much to do with the fact that the skill players of today's league are so much more skilled and athletic than they were in the past. Like,
I can
yeah.
imagine. Yeah.
and they can depend so much on one person to get that big play done in that moment.
I think a lot of it plays into the analytics too. Like the old times, like, well, we got our pen, paper, and what the old time
Yeah.
coaches said, and they say when it's
Right.
4th and 1, you punt on 4th. Now the young coach is like, well, like analyzing the data in the computer, it says we just go for
IBM
it.
Watson said to go for it. So I mean,
So fuck it. And everyone's like, hey, that guy's doing it. We should do it too.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
like, you know,
you're
it's
probably
funny. The NFL has always been like that, by the way. Like even in like so like Paul Brown, like godfather of like the modern NFL everything,
The
like all
Cleveland
the
Browns.
schemes. Yeah. He in his era in the 60s, he put headsets into the helmets of his players, and the NFL was like, no, too much change. And they didn't do it for another 30 fucking years. so I mean, you know, it's the NFL.
Yeah.
you guys see CBS is putting win percentages on the screen now at random points in their games.
Oh,
It's a
really?
great stress inducer because there was a point during the Steelers-Eagles games however long ago where the Steelers had like a 90% win rate, and it was like, oh that surely won't go catastrophically wrong. And then maybe like 30 minutes later, it was like 50% win chance for the Eagles, and I was like,
I believe the
I mean, they
Super
gotta keep
Bowl that
people
was
watching
like,
somehow.
wasn't the Super Bowl like 98% win
Oh, yeah.
San Francisco or whatever?
And you know what? That statistic would still be accurate because it is still
Yeah.
like it's all the time. That's what happens, except for that.
So are we still going on for the under 1.5 hour show time limit?
Yeah, we probably should. So that was that game. Colts beat the Bengals.
Very good game, though, by the way.
It was a
Very
good
good
game,
game, yes. Colts beat the Bengals, and
Close.
Joe Burrow actually didn't do a lot. I mean, he ran for a touchdown, and he threw an interception, and he got sacked.
Yeah.
So,
Bengals were up 21-0 at one point. So just to give you perspective on that loss.
yeah, they were. Wow. My God.
Yeah. It was something went wrong. I was watching the game, went, oh, good job, Bengals, nice. And I flipped the red zone, flipped around a bit, looked back, and suddenly at halftime it was like tied up at 21.
I think the
Yeah.
Bengals are they're still a younger team. They're still kind of getting the hang of everything.
Yeah.
So they're not used to playing with the lead. You're like, dude, we're winning.
Isn't
Yeah,
their
it's
head
great.
coach isn't their head coach like terrible too, like Zach Taylor?
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think he's very good.
He's pretty good at Bayside High, though.
Hey, T. Higgins had 125 yards. Pretty solid.
There you go.
And AJ Green, 96 yards. And Marcus Johnson had 108 yards for the Colts. Don't even know who that is, but nice.
Philip Rivers had a good game.
He did right after
yeah.
I freaking dropped him.
Yeah.
Of course, I stuck with Rivers for 2 weeks. I'm like, oh yeah, it's going against the Bengals. I'm done. I've got to get off the Rivers train and go to the Kirk Cousins train. And then and then he goes off for 371 and 3 TDs. Like, what the heck?
Yeah. Well,
This Colts team looks absolutely destined for Phillip Rivers to lead them to a first-round playoff exit.
oh, it sure does. That's exactly what I was thinking. But they'll be competitive in that game when they lose. So, speaking of Kirk Cousins, the Falcons get their first win of the year against the Kirk Cousins Vikings, who threw.
Finally, man.
Yeah, fine. I mean, Matt Ryan, again, 4 touchdowns, 0 picks, 371 yards. You know,
He
Matt
crushed
Ryan
it.
things.
It just needs to every time.
Yeah.
And then most of the time they don't even win.
It's very true.
I have some great pick'ems advice. All right, if there is a team that's supposed to be good and they're doing horrible, and then they fire their coach, they're gonna win their next game.
Yeah,
They're
no,
gonna
that's
win
it.
their next game.
You're right, yeah.
Yeah, we even lampshaded that last week, and then you picked the Falcons.
Yep,
and then
yep.
yeah,
So it's a great strat, honestly. And then Kirk Cousins, 3 TDs, 3 picks,
He's going for the Jameis Winston Award this year. He's got 1,400 yards, 11 touchdowns to 10 picks.
Oh my
But
God.
somehow it still translated to 28.72 points, which I am fine with.
Part of it's because Dalvin Cook didn't play. So, but it's the Falcons secondary. Like, we watched the Falcons secondary get, like, picked apart by every team they've played this year. And they're injured and all that, but I mean, Justin Jefferson had 166 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's looking pretty good.
Yep. Would have been nice to pick him up.
Yeah. He's like the Stephon Diggs replacement now, except he's, not a diva. At least not yet. And then, I mean, nothing else to really say. It's just the battle of teams that are going to be picking in the top 10. And the Falcons finally win one after firing the coach.
If you want to see how dated this quarterback situation is for Atlanta, Matt Ryan defeated the Vikings for the first time since Week 12 of 2001.
Oh my God!
It's been 19 years. He lost 4 straight matchups until this week. He finally beat them.
That is actually pretty insane.
That's before the Tampa Bay Buccaneers won the Super Bowl.
Poor Julio Jones, man. That poor man. He's so good.
He really is. And he
almost won a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
he did. Yeah. They
mentioned to say he did win a Super Bowl. Like,
yeah, he kind of
theoretically,
almost had it
until they Falcons did.
They love to Falcons it.
Yeah.
Then we had that game we were talking about with the big time NFC showdown. The Washington football team, the New York Giants, and the New York Giants getting their first win. Look at that, a New York win.
So thrilling to see that NFC East balance has been maintained.
Dinger.
That division is so bad.
it's
so bad.
Historically bad.
It's really it's incredible, honestly.
And Coach Krendor was literally 1 point away from getting his tie.
Yeah, it was.
And Riverboat Ron could have tied it, but he
it's Ron Rivera's fault that I didn't get my tie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones went 12 of 19. 1 TD, 1 pick.
I just saw this on NFL.com. 3 of his 4 career wins have come against Washington.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
That's actually not good. He also
he's
ran for 74 yards.
Yeah.
There he goes.
Yeah.
Look at him go. Kyle Allen, 280 yards, 2 TDs, and a pick. Not great as well. And the running games were bad. The receiving was bad. I guess Terry McLaurin's all right. And then defense, Ryan Kerrigan had a sack. He's played like 20 years.
I will say, if you look at Daniel Jones' profile picture on NFL.com, he looks like the love child between Adam Gase and Eli Manning. I'm just saying.
The pictures that they have for NFL players always make their necks look so fucking long.
They really do. Wow.
Right? They're just all framed. Like, it's so cursed.
The Giants' defense doesn't even look that bad, I don't think. They got, like, Blake Martinez. He's with the Packers. They got Logan Ryan. Like, he was good. They got Jabril Peppers, Leonard Williams. They got, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, Leonard Williams.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I think they're a solid, mediocre defense, but their offense is just terrible.
I mean, they were able to stop that vaunted, historic offense of the Washington football team.
They sure were. Which, by the way,
good.
there has been talks from the front office of the Washington football team that there's a pretty good chance his team will remain the Washington football team in 2021.
Let's go!
Football team.
They listened to the podcast, Coach.
Thank God.
I hope so.
That'd be amazing.
They'd have to credit Rob for that one.
Please.
The most pointlessly spiteful thing that's ever happened in the history of time, maybe.
It sucks, man. It's lazy and shitty. I hate it.
That's
just like the football team.
Yeah.
I mean, like their logo isn't even on centered.
It's
It's terrible.
It's slightly off center. You're right.
It is. It's slightly off to the right.
It's so
great.
good.
The Washington stigmatism.
It's the most fitting set of circumstances for any team I've ever seen.
It's like okay, if the world doesn't want us to be the Redskins, well, here you go. This is what we're gonna be then.
You better
Take
like
it or
it.
leave it.
I'm for
Yep.
it.
So that happened. Then the Ravens beat the Eagles, but I don't know what happened at the end because the Eagles almost came back and won.
So
Yeah,
I
it
think they
was
were
fun.
like three touchdown and 2-point conversions down. It may have been 2. I couldn't tell exactly. So I was watching Red Zone, but man, the Eagles they were 1-2 point away from potentially converting and tying the game at the very end. But man, the play went super wrong. So it's I'm sure you guys have seen this play a lot this year because it's like super common now. But it's the play where the quarterback literally, it's play action, but the quarterback puts the ball inside of the running back, like so you
Right.
really can't tell who's going to take the ball. And I think it's the quarterback's decision to either give it to him or just yank it out. And what ended up happening, I think, is that both of them were like, "Oh, it's my ball." And they both grabbed the ball. They both ran together. We're like, no, I want to go. No, I want to go. It's like, guys, this is a really important play, and you're kind of throwing it. And they both just kind of ran into the line and didn't go anywhere. That's really embarrassing play.
2 Ravens had basically broken through the line before they even were able to get the transfer off too.
Oh,
So
wow.
it was broken up from the start.
Yeah, that happens somewhat frequently on option plays. Actually, because you're handing it into the basket where the running back usually just is supposed
gonna
to
wanna take it,
snatch Yeah, like when you put it there, the running back has been trained to fucking grab that thing and bear hug it for dear life. So.
Yeah.
So I think it's just miscommunication overall.
Yeah, the fact that this came down to that play is pretty incredible.
Oh yeah,
That's the crazy
The
part.
Ravens have to be a little worried because that was a game they should not have even remotely. Had a
Yeah,
chance of
they were
losing.
up 24-6, like near the end of the third. Like
They're not as dominant for their record as they or as their record states.
Yeah.
It feels like
It doesn't feel like
Bengals-
last year where they felt like they were just unstoppable. It feels like they're kind of stoppable.
I mean, it kind of still does for me. A lot of these games, it feels like they're just sort of coasting. They're like,
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
listen to their opponents. Their one loss is Kansas City, and they kind of got thrashed. Their
Yeah.
wins are against Cleveland, Houston, Washington, Cincinnati, and now barely losing to Philadelphia. These are not good
barely
teams
beating
either.
Philadelphia.
Barely.
So I mean, they could be coasting, but like, how long you gonna coast for? And then be like, we're like coasting too long, or like you get like rusty. Like maybe maybe
if
they
you coast into the playoffs, then whatever.
Well,
They
right?
have a bye week, and then they play the Steelers. So that's, I mean,
But it's
Yeah,
one of
it's
those
gonna be
things
an
where, like,
important
if you
game.
coast into the playoffs and then you start playing like good teams that haven't been coasting, and they just fucking like bash you in, you're like, geez.
Mm.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, like Lamar still like he had over like almost 300 total yards by himself.
Yeah,
I mean,
but I mean, you go into the playoffs, they take on like the Titans again. You get Derrick Henry running you over. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, but
okay.
you know,
I
they're still
figured it out.
5-1.
I was
It's
like,
not like
why are the Ravens and Steelers schedules so easy? We play the NFC East. That's our NFC division this year.
That would do it.
that would do it.
Yeah.
Man, you lucked out. Well,
Baltimore has scored in every quarter this season.
wow, that is really
Yep.
good. Lamar went 16 of 27, 186 passing yards and a touchdown, and he ran for 108 yards and a touchdown. Carson Wentz didn't do too bad, 213, 2 touchdowns, but 21
Definitely
of
needed a game
40.
like that.
He also got sacked 6 times. Oh my god. It was man, the Eagles. Honestly, here's the thing. I still think the Eagles can win that division.
And it's the East.
It's realistic. I mean,
They're probably the best team in that division right now.
Probably.
I mean, look, no matter what is happening right now in the NFC East, it's the NFC East. That division never gets decided until week 17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True too.
Every year.
It's not going to change. Like, it's going to be different than whoever won last year, by the way.
Yep.
That's the
Yep.
only certainty, is whoever won last year is not going to win the division this year.
Yeah.
I mean, it comes down to like you would have said like the Cowboys will probably take it until Dak went down, and then now it's like
Who
I-
fucking knows? Yeah, the
Yeah.
Dalton's not
it
going to
could be
fucking lead that
it could
team.
be anyone. The division leader of the NFC East could potentially have 3 wins and
Yeah.
win the division.
They have double division games next week. Cowboys, Washington, Giants, Eagles.
Oh boy, buckle up, folks.
And
So then
Call
we
that
had
humdinger week, coach.
it is humdinger week.
Yep.
Then we had the Steelers destroy the Browns.
Obliterate the Browns. dude.
I think Baker Mayfield was hurt, and he played, and then he shouldn't have played.
He took a very big hit as well. That was right in his back. It was a legal hit, but it was just one of those where it looked like his whole back snapped.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good.
And you guys picked against him. What was that?
I don't know. I was feeling the Browns' energy.
I picked every home team this week.
No, Rob and Apollo picked against the Steelers. That's your team.
Oh, wait,
Apollo.
I have a complete lack of faith for the Steelers over the last few years. It seems like this year's different, but they really don't like winning when they should.
That does seem like a Steelers thing.
They really so you'll see a game. It's like, oh, the Steelers are playing the 1-7 Raiders. Well, I mean, the Steelers are a good team and the Raiders are a bad team. So clearly the Steelers should win. And they lose like by 14 points, and you're like, what happened? What happened? Why, you're a good team? Why not you play good?
Yep.
But no, this time it seems like they're just playing well.
You do have an incredible wide receiver core. I mean, that's just a staple.
Chase Claypool is nuts.
Yeah.
I picked them up on fantasy. Thank you, by the way.
I'll take
those receivers.
I tried to pick him up on fantasy. Thank you, by the way, Rob.
Yeah, not too late, motherfucker. I did that as soon as he had that good game. I was like, yep, he's on waivers. Click that guy.
All you have to do is just see who the Steelers draft in like the second round. It's like, oh, that guy's going to be a star.
Yeah.
That'll be my first pick next time.
Yeah. James Conner, 101 yards and touchdown and 20 carries. That's pretty good, too.
I wish I didn't sit him on the bench. I would have not lost the Bear by 0.18 points.
0.18 points.
0.18. Oh, man.
I would have been 4-1. 4-1.
Yeah, now you're only 3-2.
It hurts.
The Steelers are scary now, I think, because they are just really good on all sides of the ball. It is.
Yeah.
How old is Ben? He's not even that old, is he?
He's pretty old.
He's like 35 is my bet.
He's ancient.
He's like 38, I think. Yeah, he's 38.
Ben Roethlisberger, 38.
Oh,
man.
man.
He is getting up there.
He's practically dead.
He's practically dead, yeah.
I mean, he has been dead for many years. Like, he exists in a state of alive and dead in the NFL. And last year he was dead. Now he's alive again.
Wait, Rob's 4-2 in fantasy.
Oh, I'm 4. Oh, well, yeah, 4-2. There you go.
Yeah.
I would have been 5-1 then.
Yeah. You would have been first place. Wow.
I know.
Unfortunate.
Oops.
But yeah, the Steelers' defense is very good. Running game's good. Passing game's pretty solid. Like
5-0.
Yeah, 5-0. I want to see the Steelers Ravens. I'm pumped for that game. Whenever.
I mean, look, next 2 weeks, Steelers Titans, 2 undefeated teams, and then Steelers Ravens. Like that's
the gauntlet.
We were supposed to have a bye week before the Ravens, but then all that went.
Yeah. Well,
speaking of the Titans, right?
Yeah, that's right.
I wanted to give you the segue.
Well, we already did the Titans.
We did the Titans already.
You fool.
Fair.
Speaking of the Carolina Panthers, they lost.
Bears keep winning. How do they do it?
How do they do it?
This is just stupid now.
They're
the
dumb.
worst 5-1 team of all time.
Here's their high-powered offense. David Montgomery, 19 carries, 58 yards. Allen Robinson, 5 catches, 53 yards. Those were their leaders. They're leaders. Nick Foles, 198 yards, a touchdown, and a pick, a quarterback rating of 77.
I told you, motherfuckers, they're going to the Super Bowl this year.
Dude, I will eat my whole foot if they're not 5-5 in 4 weeks. They've got a killer schedule coming up, and they've just been getting like fucking dummy games.
Here's how they're doing it. They're doing it like the Bears of every time they've been good with defense. Teddy Bridgewater held to 216 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions, sacked 4 times. Mike Davis, 52 yards and a touchdown. DJ Moore had 93 yards. Robbie Anderson, 77. But the biggest things were, I believe they had a pick 6. The Bears also recovered a fumble from Mike Davis, which set him up in good position. So, like, it's the defense. Defense is just winning them the games.
They're 15-4 when Khalil Mack has a sack or more.
Wow.
That's wild.
15-4 on just based on one man getting 1 sack.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. I hate the Bears. I wasn't on like the I hate the Bears train because I have like no beef with them at all anymore since we don't play the NFC North anymore until this year when we actually played against them and they barely beat us.
Barely.
Thank
Barely.
you, Rob.
Barely.
And they shouldn't have. I hate them. I hate them.
In terms of points scored in the NFC, the Bears are only ahead of the football team and the Giants. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's
Even
hilarious.
the Jets are beating them.
Yeah.
They're leading
Oh,
their division.
Jets
They're
aren't beating
5-1.
anybody.
They're the top of the division. What is
Yeah.
happening?
That's what made me so mad. I didn't even mind losing yesterday, but the fact that the Bucks couldn't beat the shitty Bears is what pissed me off. I was like, beat the Bears if you're gonna beat us.
Yep.
You know what it is? Is you guys just don't respect the big dick magic. You don't
Maybe
respect
that's what
the
it
big
is.
dick energy.
Maybe it's the big dick
propelling
magic.
them.
Super Bowl winning quarterback.
That's not even it, because Trubisky. Well, I guess Big Dick Nick was on the bench. He still gave him the magic.
Oh, absolutely,
Goddamn.
yeah.
It's
Everyone
gotta,
knew
it's
that
gotta
the
crack.
dick was coming.
He
It
was
was
giving
just
him the magic all the way from the bench. That's all.
how long it is.
Dude, their next 5 before the bye, or no, their next 4 before their bye are Rams, Saints, Titans, Vikings. Like getting one game out of those 4 is going to be.
They're gonna
extremely
beat
hard.
the
Watch
Saints.
them win
Oh,
for sure.
They're gonna
win
beat
all
the
4 of
Rams,
them.
dude.
No,
They're gonna beat the Rams.
Barry, you're gonna be footless after 5
no
weeks.
way.
This is. I can't believe this. All right, so that happened. Bears defense. The Bears are like 5 plays away from being 1-5. There's like if 5 plays could have
Yeah.
gone the other way, they'd be 1-5 right now.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I
All
hate
right, well,
Super Bowl Bears.
all right. Well, honestly, here's the thing that's also scary. Like they legit are the Packers from last year, where I was like, I don't know, the Packers keep winning, but they keep doing it. And then they got to the championship game, and then got the old San Francisco ramming. Lions, Jaguars. Lions, Jaguars. Matt Stafford,
Yeah.
223 yards, a touchdown, a pick. Gardner Minshew, 243 yards, a touchdown, a pick. Actually, pretty similar stats,
Yeah.
except for Stafford did it with 13 less passes. DeAndre
win.
Swift. Hey, look, the Lions remembered they drafted a running back in the first round and used him.
He's really good.
He's really good. 116 yards, 2 touchdowns on 14 carries with a 54-yard rush. It's pretty good.
First
Yeah.
Detroit rookie with 100 rush yards and 2 touchdowns since 1989.
Oh my! Wait,
Was that Barry?
Is that Barry Sanders?
Probably, yeah.
That's the only other running back I could think of from Detroit, or player for that matter. Well, Calvin Johnson.
Yeah.
Can we talk about how Dan now 2 weeks in a row has predicted the exact score within like 2 points?
Wait, did he do it again?
Yeah, it's kind of spooky.
Huh.
I think he was like he said like 36-18 or something this week.
I mean,
It was like,
Wow.
it's just like picking Atlanta every week. Eventually, you're going to get one.
Yeah. Kenny Galladay looking good. Keelan Cole looking good for the Jaguars. The only problem is they don't have a defense because they traded everyone away. So, again, Jaguars football.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
hey.
Minshew is good, dude. I just want to keep reiterating. I really like Gardner Minshew. He's got the meme magic. He's a good player. I hope that they treat him well and like build around him because like I'd be very happy to luck into a quarterback like that.
I was
Yeah.
about to say, are you just channeling what you wish you could say about Sandy
Yes.
D? At this point,
Yes, and give me anything.
high fives. I gotta say, high fives to the Discord and Apollo for resisting Minshew magic memes.
Yep.
The only ones who actually picked Detroit to win this week. So good job, guys.
Good
Classic.
job. And honestly, I mean, the Lions are one shitty drop away from being 3-2 right now. Like, they're not bad.
oh yeah, I forgot about
That's
that.
the Lions every year, really.
Yep.
Though.
They're
That is true.
they're the inverse of the Bears, really.
Yeah, I mean, last year, the reminder, the Packers led the Packer-Lions games for 0 seconds and won both games. So, that's Lions football. Jets-Dolphins, game of the week. Boop, 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 boop,
Game
boop.
of the week, coach.
Some big notable plays from this game. The butt fumble was now a butt interception for the Jets, so a new butt play added. And then Joe Flacco, I think, took like a 28-yard sack.
That was hilarious.
He
Yeah.
sure did. That was very Tecmo Bowl.
And Tua came in at the end and made a couple throws. So I'll let you take
And
it
now
away,
is
Rob.
the starting quarterback for the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised they sat Fitzy, but I guess it's about time.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
This is the time where Fitzmagic starts to tragically take a
That
take a
is
turn for the
true.
worse.
I mean, he did go 18 of 27, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. Not like the greatest. That's,
yeah, but it's 2 picks versus the Jets. He
That
should have
is-
lit them
yeah.
up like It should have been like 54-0.
Yeah.
Take it away, Rob. What are your thoughts about this amazing game of the week?
Hey, can we have Avery Williamson? We need a linebacker. We'll give you like a third or
sure.
something.
That's
Cool.
fine, dude. You got any change in your fucking couch? We'll go.
I mean, I'll like honestly, I'll take Perriman. If you're
Yeah,
not, if
Perriman's
you don't
pretty
want him.
good. I mean, Crowder.
Hey, you already
he's
got
worth
McClendon.
something.
Get out of here.
I found an old like mustard packet I could trade you for him.
That works, honestly.
Okay, cool.
That-
All right, let
you
me
know
go get
what?
it real quick here.
That sounds fine. Yeah, no, I mean, everyone is going, and it's except for Gase. Gase is staying.
Yeah, he's staying.
He's good.
He's not going
he's-
anywhere.
He's literally the dog sitting in the burning house right now, and it's insane.
And what's great-
Historically insane.
They forced people to watch this game because they only put 2 fucking games on in the afternoon on Sunday,
Oh,
and
yeah.
this was one of them. And so, I mean, hopefully, if you guys were forced to watch any of this garbage, you saw what I was talking about, where the Jets do something shitty, and then Adam Gase goes and he sits on a bench by himself.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that's 2 years of this. 2 years of this.
Actually,
this is the head coach. They have that. It's on a placard. They paid someone to etch that into a placard somewhere that says head coach, and and that's and it says Adam Gase above it.
There you go.
You know,
Literally the same thing, different year. Actually, the Jets scored points in 2019, so that's the difference.
yeah. I mean,
Second 0-6 start in franchise history, Rob.
who was the other coach? Was it Kotite? Did Kotite even do that? I actually don't even know.
Well, it was 96. I don't know.
Oh,
who
so
that
yeah,
was.
Kotite. Yeah,
All right.
yeah. We're in like Rich Kotite is like the Jets, mythological devil coach of our history, and Gase is worse. Gase is worse. He's there. It's I didn't think that it could get that much worse after Todd Bowles, because the thing about Todd is that Mr. Bowles, excuse me, I know I'm not on a first name basis with him, but he did at least, at a bare minimum, give a shit.
Yeah.
He can't, he was trying and failing, and that's admirable. Adam Gase does not even give a single solitary fuck. We went 24-0. We got shut out for that was like the first time in 20, 30 years or something too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a joke. It's a joke.
Can we talk about point differentials real quick? I just want to
Yes.
point out
Yeah,
we
we
can
can
take
take a
the
look at that.
second worst point differential in the entire league is the Jaguars at -56. The worst is the Jets at 110.
Yeah.
Yep.
Double.
I actually
Double.
linked a stat from that in our thing where the point differentials through 6 games, 2008 Lions went 0-16, they were -90. 2017 Browns went 0-16, they were -63, and the Jets are -110. So I mean,
Yeah.
they're
seriously, I think both of the previous 0-16 teams were better than the Jets are right now.
This is the worst 0-6 team I've ever seen. I have to
Me
say.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm obviously biased, but to be honest, it really looks like the worst. This is the worst team I've ever
Well,
seen.
dude, I asked you last week, who's your best player, and you said Sam Darnold immediately, and that tells me everything I need to know.
Yeah. I mean, to tell you the truth, the only guy there are 2 players that have any amount of trade value, I feel like, and that's Jamison Crowder and Avery Williamson.
yeah.
And that's it. I think that's it. I
I'd
don't
probably
think
say
anybody
Quinnen
else.
Williams, but I mean, you
think-
can't get rid of him.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking just about trade value. I mean, Rashad Perriman's not horrible.
Yeah, but he's on a 1-year deal. Nobody's gonna trade.
I'm just saying overall trade value. If you're looking to get, if you're just
Just
really looking to unload
skill-based.
stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
skill-based.
sure, yeah, but I mean, it's hypothetical. It's nothing that we could ever get.
Right.
We could get something for Jamison Crowder, and in fact, we probably will, because I'm guessing they're just gonna let him go this year, and then we'll get like a compensatory pick or whatever.
I mean, I've watched football for a very long time. I was not even nowhere near born when the 0-16 Bucks went in '76. But I've seen horrible. This is on a different level of horrible. And we're not salting the wound here. I'm saying that the 2020 Jets could potentially be the worst of all time.
Yeah. And I just want to point out, I don't know if I mentioned this last week. I think I might have. I'm in a fever dream of football hatred. No, I lost it. Never mind.
Okay.
Just like
The
the
rage
Jets.
filled me too much. Yeah.
Joe Flacco's 2-11 in his last 13 starts.
Yeah.
He might
He
need
fell
to
off
hang
a
it up.
fucking cliff, man.
Yeah, he's got a Super Bowl. He's got a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah.
Got a
Yeah.
quarterback.
Yeah.
He used to be very good.
He's the elite dragon.
He's got a
He's the
quarterback
elite
rating of 11.1 that game.
So this is what I was gonna say. Is that remember my reaction? Actually, I think it's captured on video on this YouTube channel. Actually, is in my reaction to them getting Adam Gase. I believe I screamed no.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember that. I remember.
I just want to say that my knee-jerk reaction, and I'm presumably 95% of the fan base's knee-jerk reaction, was absolutely correct.
Yeah.
No, there was not even an ounce of that being wrong. In fact, it might have been an underestimation of how bad it would get.
Yeah, I'd say that.
Offensive genius and a good guy.
When I saw his drugged out eyes, I knew that was
It only took us.
Oh my god, dude!
I never even heard of Adam Gase before the news conference, and then we were just lighting him up that one show the day after he got hired, and his crazy meth cocaine eyes came out. I was like,
eyes
dude.
don't look like that, you know. You don't have a friend who's that's just his eyes, dude. He just looks like he's on meth, but no, he's fine.
Yeah, he's good. By the
He
way,
did,
Adam
10
Gase is an offensive genius. That's what we hear over and over. And he has the 21st ranked offense when he was the Bears OC. That was his first thing. Then Miami, 24th, 25th, 31st. Last season with the Jets, last, and now 31st.
Yeah.
So
he must have tapes.
Who the fuck is
on
ranked
every
below the
single-
Jets this
question.
season?
I don't know, because they have the least points scored. So
Who could possibly rank lower than that?
I don't know.
The football team, I guess.
the only other,
No way.
I mean, the Broncos are the closest at 100 points scored, and the Jets are
And they beat us.
Yeah, the Jets are 75 points scored, and they've given up 185.
Their offense is the 29th ranked worst. Their passing offense is the 31st ranked. So there's someone who actually passes worse than the Jets. And I'd like to, we need APB find this team.
We need to find this team
Because-
right now. NFL team offensive rankings.
It's got
I like
That
it, yeah.
team is the New York Giants and the Washington football team.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Well, that makes sense at least.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, that's all
that
right.
makes sense. Okay.
Oh man.
At least it wasn't surprising.
All right, we gotta get off this Jets train.
Yeah,
man.
we got to get off
It's
here.
hell. Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Yeah,
Those were just
that's
yards. Never mind. Those were yards. The team is the Denver Broncos.
Oh wow.
There you go.
classic.
That's
They beat
in total
us.
yards.
And they won. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Segue.
Oh, my
Holy
God.
shit, the
Want to
Broncos
hear?
beat the Patriots.
Well, here's a fun, crazy stat for you. So the bottom 5 passing yards per game teams are the Jets, Giants, Browns, football team. Can you guess the 5th team?
Passing.
Patriots.
Nope.
It's probably something interesting. Like
It is.
Is it the Eagles?
No,
No.
but they're close. They're in the
I
top
think
10.
I was gonna say Cowboys.
I was gonna say 49ers.
Nope. It is the Baltimore Ravens.
Oh, that is extremely interesting.
That is
Yeah.
interesting.
They only average 177 passing yards a game.
That's because Lamar sits on the fucking bench after the second quarter.
That's also
That's
true.
very
yeah.
true, actually. Yeah.
They also average 164 rushing yards a game, which is third highest. So
that's
plays
the
in.
other thing, right? Is that like if you are running the ball, there's never any reason to pass.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if you can do runs, keep doing them. You know.
Yeah, it's one of those things where if you like see rushing stats, like, dude, that guy runs for like he got like an 8.5 yard average. It's like, well, that's because he had a 90-yard run thrown in there. And you know, normally he's running for like 3 yards a carry or something. All right, so that was fun. Anyway, let's move on to the Packers Buccaneers.
What happened? I didn't watch that game.
All right, so let me tell you about my journey. So game opens up. We look great. We come out. We go down the field. We dissect the Bucs defense. We look great. We get a field goal. Then we stop Tom Brady. He only gets 3 yards. We're like looking great. We get a touchdown. We're up 10-0. I'm like, dude, I almost made a tweet like, here we go. Easy, dude. And then we stop Tom Brady again. So I'm like, oh, we're going to go down and get like 17-0 or something. Aaron Rodgers throws a pick six.
Oh,
And as soon as Aaron Rodgers threw the pick six, I was like, that's not good. That doesn't happen. That was our first turnover of the year.
Oh,
wow.
Not even like a fumble. We haven't turned the ball over at all. So then we come out again, and the ball tips off Devontae Adams' hands and gets intercepted again. And they take it down to the 5. And so in a span of not even 2 minutes, like 1 minute, it went from 10-0 to 14-10. And I was like, this is not good. And it was a full-on implosion. Like that got into Rodgers' head. Like he was inaccurate. He missed a wide-open Mercedes Lewis in the middle of the field. He was like missing throws. He almost threw another interception. Like it was an implosion. Like he just spiraled.
It was beautiful, Coach. I've never seen Rodgers get rattled so badly. He was so rattled, he even got into it with Ndamukong Suh multiple times.
Oh, yeah. In fact, I
During that.
listened to him on the Pat McAfee show today, and they were saying, what did he say with him? And he said it's essentially like Ndamukong Suh was like, yeah, like you don't want to know what's going to happen. And he's like, oh, yeah, what's going to happen? And he's like, meet me after the game or some shit like that.
you came out to dinner? Like,
And then, so he was like, I didn't know if he meant like, we're getting old. You want to talk out stuff? Because they used to battle in
We
Detroit
should discuss
Packers.
this over a nice glass of wine.
Didn't
that
Sue
was-
like literally stomp on him?
Oh,
in the
yeah.
Thanksgiving
Yeah.
game.
He
Like,
had
Yeah, that was
the-
one of the
historically-
infamous things.
He had one
That's
of
such a shitty thing to say as a fucking grown man and
Oh,
NFL
yeah.
player, dude. Like,
meet
fuck
me
that.
around the back.
Yeah, it was
Fucking
so
loser. You're gonna
stupid.
fight Aaron Rodgers, you stupid piece of
Yeah,
shit.
he literally, the game Aaron Rodgers hurt his calf in the Thanksgiving game, Sue was just like, where am I? I don't know where I am, and stepped back onto his calf and stood there for like 2 seconds, was like, oh, I guess
Yeah.
I'm on his calf. Whoops.
Fuck that guy, man. I've always hated
Yeah.
that fucking
Yeah,
guy.
no, trust me, I hate him too. I hate him more than.
I feel like
than
if
Sack.
Perfect wasn't in the league, he would have been like the most hated player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Perfect was just.
Perfect is
I gotta
Took the
say,
title.
Ronald Jones, absolute beast, as he's just been destroying teams. 23 carries for 113 yards, 2 touchdowns. But the thing I'm honestly excited about more is the fact that like Tom got like visibly frustrated in the second quarter and just decided that he was done with this stuff and just started going off.
He actually, Gronkowski was actually.
Yeah,
the
that's what I was
guy.
gonna say. And he's awoken finally, Gronk, who's starting to look pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah.
It's good to see Brady remember what down it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
I've had this meme in my head since a few weeks ago where Gronkowski was interviewed since he hadn't been getting a lot of catches, and he said, "I'm here to block, baby." Like he wanted to deflect it, right? And since then, he's averaged like 5 catches a game, and I've just got the meme of, "Well, that was a fucking lie."
Yeah. It was just everything that could go wrong went wrong after all that happened. Like it was just a full-on implosion. Like they had a chance for interception. Amos dropped it. They had they were running the ball great, and then after that happened, they just couldn't run the ball anymore because then they're down. And then the Buccaneers are all fired up, like, yeah, we just scored 14 points. We're on a roll. And they just started like blasting through the line. Then Bakhtiari went out, who's like our top tackle, one of the
Yeah,
top
that's
tackles,
rough.
and then it was
What's the word on him? Is Bakhtiari done, or like what was the
they-
severity of his injury?
They don't think they know yet. Let's see. It's
that's not a good
What?
sign.
It's Tuesday.
They are hopeful he avoided significant injury, believed to not be serious. So that's good.
Oh, okay.
Because his backup, oof,
Yeah,
getting lit up by JPP.
I was gonna say, like, the other thing with this game is that the Tampa Bay D line is good.
Yeah,
Like,
they're really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Buccaneers are the first team since the 2006 Vikings to allow fewer than 100 rushing yards in 12 consecutive games.
Wow.
That is wild.
That is nuts. And this is the Bucs we're talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as I hate Sue, imagine if Vita Vea was still playing right now. Like if he didn't go down with a broken freaking leg. Like that, I mean, with that three, with JPP, Sue, and Vea up on the front line, oh my God.
I will say, though, that I think if the Packers didn't turn the ball over twice in a row, I think it would have been a close game. I think that just rallied. So, we were up 10-0. We're driving again. I mean, they still had, like, Jamal Williams had 34 yards on 4 carries. A.J. Dillon had 31 yards on 5 carries. Aaron Jones only had 15 on 10, so they shut him down. He got a touchdown still, but, like, I feel like if they would have just stuck with their game plan and just ran the ball, or at least run the clock and stuff, I mean, you're at least, I don't know, it was just bad. It was flashbacks of like NFC Championship game and 49ers games. And,
it was fantastic, Coach. Great to go up against you. I've been your kryptonite on the podcast for a while now, and it's been an honor. I really wish I would have locked them.
Everybody's you gotta have a loss, except for those teams who went undefeated.
No, you don't. You don't.
I also have to mention real quick before we segue out of here about the Tampa defense. That I can't go out without mentioning Levante David is an absolute monster.
Oh yeah,
and I'm really, really happy with this defense. This is probably the best defense we've had since the Derrick Brooks era, I think.
Yeah,
and I think we're gonna be pretty good.
Yeah.
Somebody on the Packers Reddit said Matt LaFleur needs to go, and then you click it, and it says back to the drawing board and keep his head up. He's a great coach.
So the old Reddit switcheroo, you gotta love it.
Good.
So it's all right. We'd still be in first place if the Bears weren't here, but it's not the NFC East. We actually have teams that play in our division, so it's
Bear, you can still
I don't know.
come
The Bears
over.
look like they could belong there.
yeah.
You can be honorary Bucks fan, Bear. We would love to have you. We've got Brady. We've got Gronk now.
I didn't know you guys had Sue though. That kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Hey, Bear, why don't you become a Jets fan?
Oh yeah.
Yikes.
Who do you have?
Yeah, who do you have, Rob?
I know
Adam
you're used
Gase?
to winning, Bears, so we've got a great team for you over here. If you want,
Moving on, we had the Rams lose to the 49ers.
I'm upset at that one.
Jared Goff had 198 yards, 2 TDs, a pick, 19 of 38. While Garoppolo went 268, 3 touchdowns, 23-33, looking a lot better.
Jimmy G heard the podcast. He heard you shitting on him, and he was like, no, Robert. I'll show you specifically.
Dude, George Kittle is really, really good.
He is. He's very good.
He is going to be an incredible tight end.
Debo's real good as well.
Yeah.
Debo Samuel's good.
I was gonna say, it's kind of scary how good the NFC West is right now. I'm looking at the records: 5-0, 4-2, 4-2, 3-3.
Dude.
Yeah, that's where all the East's wins go to die.
Here's a fun fact I was gonna bring up: every Rams win is against the NFC East.
Yep.
Oh no! Okay, never mind. Maybe they're not so good.
When I saw that, I was like,
all of us except for Bear picked the Rams to win though, like because we were going based off the assumption that the Rams hadn't gotten 4 easy wins and that the Niners were just a shell of a team. Turns out we were wrong. Except for
You
Bear.
read there's a stat right here, right now. The 49ers now officially have 20 players on injured reserve.
oh my god,
On IR, not even
On
just like
IR.
hurt, but oh my god.
You know what? Like, Shanahan's a really good coach.
He is.
It seems like I feel like the Niners' records the past couple of years under him are various circumstances that don't have to do with him and his system, because it seems to work not only there but in like other teams that have now gone under the Shanahan system now.
Yeah. I think I mean it's a good system. like, you run the ball, you play with your tight ends, running backs, and then you don't need a whole lot of good wide receivers, but it helps. And then you just got to manage the game, and then it's just defense too, which 49ers got. They still have a decent defense, even though they're banged up. It's not as good, but like it's still good, and good enough to stop the Rams. And I think Mostert actually got hurt this game as well. Speaking of injuries,
again?
I think he
That's
did.
rough.
He is likely to IR for high ankle sprain. There it is.
Oh, that's
So
he was
now
looking so good this year too.
Yeah,
they'll be putting in Jamichael Hasty. I like that name. He's a hasty running back.
Pretty good. It's
perfect game for a running back.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see how hasty he is.
It's like getting Speedy Gonzalez in wide receiver role.
Yeah. Mark Ingram also had a high ankle sprain, but his is not severe. So good for the Ravens. So that was that. And that puts the Rams, well, I guess they're still ahead of the 49ers in the standings, but Seahawks 5-0. Cardinals, Rams are 4-2 now, and then the 49ers 3-3. Speaking of the Cardinals, our final game. Oh wait, no, actually there's the Chiefs Bills. I forgot they played 2 Monday games. We'll do the Cardinals Cowboys first because I segued it. Cardinals Cowboys. Man, I am happy because I had what's his name? Sammy Watkins starting, and he was out. So I was like, I need somebody. So I just picked up Christian Kirk, and he got me 86 yards and 2 touchdowns and a win in the fantasy football. So now I've won 3 in a row. Very happy.
Those were his 2 only catches of the game.
They sure were.
Yeah. Well, the Cowboys and Michael Gallup in particular lost me my fantasy football game against Bear.
As a reminder, by 0.18 points.
0.18 points.
0.18
points. Yeah.
The Cardinals won this game by virtue of Kyler Murray completing 9 passes.
Yep.
Yeah.
9 completions out of 24 attempts, 188 yards and 2 touchdowns.
2 of them were touchdowns.
Yeah.
He also ran for 74 yards and a touchdown on 10 carries.
He did.
Which
The
is very
Cowboys
good.
just sort of rolled over and died this game, though.
Yep.
It's more the takeaway here.
Zeke fumbled twice.
Yeah.
That was neat. I'm glad I got him auto drafted to my team after missing the first round. But
I mean, let's not complain about Ezekiel Elliott as our first round pick in fantasy, man. I think you're doing just fine with that.
I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm just complaining that I could add someone else. And then Amari Cooper, 79 yards and a touchdown. CeeDee Lamb at 64 yards. I started him as well. Andy Dalton. Hey, he's Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
To be fair, they have
made him
like
throw 54 times.
that's the old Mike
Yeah.
McCarthy strat.
I mean, they were down 21-3 at the half. It was basically
Yeah.
what they had to do.
Man,
It was great watching Cowboys Twitter just go into the doldrums of it. Like you'd think that they were the Jets.
Yeah.
I mean,
My favorite image was this one. Let me go ahead and link this. That's good.
There were a lot of. They spent a good amount of time, with cameras focused on sad Cowboys fans.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
They
it
had
was
plenty
great.
of time to
Great.
do it.
yeah, and you'd think, I mean, like you talk
It's
about
this one,
spiritual
too.
leader of a team, like being roped around the quarterback. When Dak went down, the entire Cowboys season went down.
Yeah. No, it was over.
They are devastated.
their entire offensive line is injured too. Like they have no offensive line on
Well,
top
yeah,
of no
in
defense.
fairness to Dalton, there was some bad things that happened not because of him. Like Michael Gallup dropped a touchdown. Thanks, by the way, Michael, for that. But, and then he was getting the shit kicked out of him by the Cardinals defense too.
Mhm.
So
Right.
Yeah, and I think I read somewhere that despite being injured, Dak still leads the league in yards. So that's how important he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sadly for the pathetic Cowboys, they're down to 2-4 and in first place of the NFC East.
Yep.
Yeah.
They have given up 218 points.
Definitely
lot.
top 10 of NFL power rankings.
Definitely top 10.
Good for the Miami Dolphins.
Oh my god, I keep clicking on this dumb ESPN
Wait.
shit.
All
right.
Did you said 218 points over 6 games?
I sure did.
That's an average of 36 points a game.
Sure is.
That's okay.
Yeah.
No
That's
other
really,
team.
really bad.
No other team has given up over 200 points. Not even the New York Jets.
That's hilarious.
It's pretty funny. And then the only
Defensive mastermind, Adam Gase.
the only team to not give up over 100 points, the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. Haven't heard a stat like that in a long time.
Then we had a pretty good game, actually. The Bills-Chiefs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a very good one.
Yeah. Pat Mahomes did Pat Mahomes things. 21-26, 225, 2 touchdowns, and ran for 36.
God damn it, man! You gotta let this one go.
Point 18.
I know.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire had 161 yards rushing. Woo. But he almost fumbled away the win. He actually was barely down. He fumbled the ball, and that would have given the Bills.
We already did one.
Oh, sorry.
That would have given them the ball back, and the Bills could have taken the lead. I mean, they probably still would have gone down and tried a field goal, but, Josh Allen, 122 yards, 2 TDs, and a pick, even though the pick was at the end of the game. He had to force it in there, so he actually played okay. He ran for 42.
He's been a stud.
Yeah, Stephon Diggs had a touchdown. Beasley had a touchdown. They had some really good-looking drives. They had some terrible-looking drives, but that seems like it's Bills football. They're also missing a couple of their good defensive players, so I think that's been hindering their defense a bit. But Bills are still playoff team.
But I mean, giving up to 161 rushing yards. One player kind of wears down the defense after a while, Coach.
Well, yeah, it was also rainy and kind of cold and sloshy and everything. So it was.
He had 26 carries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they ran 46 times. Like, that's pretty rough.
It's a lot.
Yeah,
That is
26
a lot.
carries by himself. I should have mentioned. Yeah, what
Yeah.
Rob just said.
Yeah. And the Bills also had 2 terrible penalties where they just hit players out of bounds for no reason and gave up 30 yards when they had the Chiefs at the 6.
Yeah,
So-
you see that.
Gotta love Bills football. But hey, oddly enough, it's probably gonna come down to the Bills and the Dolphins, which is really weird, unless the Patriots get going again. But
Yeah, you skipped the Patriots, by the way.
oh yeah, we did skip the
talked about that game
Patriots.
for like 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Wait, where is? Oh yeah, it was.
You segued in and then we
Sorry.
segued out.
Yeah,
Let's go to Broncos Patriots. Patriots lost.
yeah. We
All right. So,
Patriots don't look very good. This is coming off, of course, the coronavirus issues that they had for the last couple of weeks, so they're not very well practiced and they're a little out of sync, clearly. But this was also the Broncos, and we were at home, and we scored a single touchdown, and they did not score any, and they
They
still
kicked
won.
6 field goals.
Yeah.
They kicked 6 fucking field goals, and they still beat us.
Yeah, that was the first time that's ever happened since 2000, by the way.
Wow.
Ever in the Belichick era.
Drew Lock threw and completed 10 passes, had 2 picks. We
What a
still
stat line.
lost. It's just, really, we
Still-
don't have a lot of very talented players on our offense anymore, or
Yeah.
our defense. In fact, a lot of our best defensive players aren't playing this year. So
Oh yeah, that's true.
yeah, I mean, we still got some good key performers on the defense, like Stephon Gilmore, and the McCourty twins are still pretty good. J.C. Jackson's pretty good, but like that's mostly like the secondary. What I just listed there, like
Yeah.
everybody else is pretty much mediocre, and that's showing big time.
Well, hey, Cam joined only Michael Vick as the only 2 quarterbacks in NFL history with 5,000 plus career rushing yards, Bear.
Okay,
There's
that's
something.
a pretty cool stat. I mean, Cam's doing Cam stuff still. He's playing
He's
well.
been
but-
rejuvenated, I will
Yeah.
admit.
Yeah.
But you can't help but that happen when you go to a Bill Belichick system. So
I'm sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, playing with the Pats has got to feel pretty
If-
damn good.
when the Pats defense decide they want to come back from the Backstreet Boys reunion tour, then like next year, I think they're going to be very, very scary.
Yeah, and they'll get a good draft pick.
And they've got a soft division too, well, except for the Bills. But
And
That's
the
what I was
Tua
gonna say, is
Dolphins, dude. Tua Dolphins, don't count them out.
Like
Yeah.
we honestly still could compete for this division, but it's probably not even smart to at this point because we are not winning a Super Bowl with this team.
Yeah.
It's just like I would be fucking floored if we were able to pull that up. Bill would just be a legend if that
Yeah.
would happen.
Yeah.
I mean, you say that, but then like we get the pick'ems, and it's like, let's do the Patriots.
I know, yeah.
I don't know about after this one.
Oh yeah, they did lose to the Broncos. So
That's a tough loss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At home, man. That was at home.
Yeah.
yeah, that was Discord's lock too, by the way.
Philip Lindsay ran for 101 on 23 carries.
Oof.
And Tim Patrick was the leading receiver for the Broncos.
Yeah, this is the first time
Exactly.
Denver's won in New England since week 3 of 2006.
Wow.
Ooh.
That is
They did
a
it
long
without
time.
scoring a touchdown.
Oh.
I'm sure
Well,
Bill's pissed off, man. Like,
Hopefully he is.
this
Hey,
is not.
you haven't been alive when you've had to experience these feelings before. Let me tell you, it gets much worse.
Hey, do you remember who the Broncos quarterback was that year in 2006? Flashback time.
Was that Elway?
Peyton
No, that was
Manning.
Peyton Manning. No,
No,
wait,
it wasn't
what?
Peyton Manning. It wasn't
No.
Peyton Manning.
No, that was a long time ago.
Way before that, yeah. Who was it?
It was Jake the Snake Plumber.
Oh shit,
Plumber,
dude.
Jake Plumber. What a guy.
Yeah.
And that's the
guy.
games this week.
You know what, though? If the Patriots keep losing games, I'll be so fucking watch them get Trevor Lawrence. I bet you that's gonna fucking happen. Anyway, but like if the Patriots, you'd probably rather not be mediocre, go 8-8, than like you'd rather lose out and get a higher draft pick.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like I'm not even like thinking about draft picks. I'm thinking mostly about like, well, I hope when we get our good players back next year, we do okay.
Yeah.
What if they get to Trevor Lawrence and he's ready to go to New York Jets? The
Oh,
Jets
that's
trade
just,
to the
Oh,
Patriots for like 5 draft picks or something.
Because they decided actually to fire Joe Douglas at the end of the year instead of Adam Gase, and they gave Adam Gase the GM role.
I don't like that Lawrence kid's. I don't like the way he plays. We're not taking him.
I'm still calling the offense. No audibles. No audibles.
I like his long hair.
Yeah, I don't like that hair being so long. We're not taking him. They trade for like.
We want Sap. We want Sap.
That's this week in football. We're going to the power rankings, Invicta.
Thank you, Coach Crendor. Time for I think probably the most anticipated power rankings of power rankings history here on NFL.com Power Rankings, Bible of the Internet. We're going to go around the horn here, starting with the top 5, which may surprise some of you, maybe not, starting with Rob.
Let us go with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yep. There.
Tennessee Titans.
Yep. Coach.
Chiefs.
Yep. Apollo.
Seahawks.
And Rob for the dunk.
The Ravens.
That is correct. You guys almost got everything in order, by the way. The Chiefs being at number 1, staying at number 1. The Steelers staying at going from 4 to 2. Actually, I need to correct myself. The Chiefs were number 2 last week, going to number 1. The Steelers rising 2 spots, going into the number 2 spot. Tennessee Titans were still in the top 5 from last week. Now ranked 3. The Ravens dropped 1, of course, since they, had. Well, we all saw what happened there, but they're still number 4. And then the Seahawks moving into the top 5 for the first time ever. I think second time ever this season, if my memory serves me correct. And then rounding out the top 10 is going to be interesting, but I'm just going to go because this has to segue into the thinnest dink and the fattest doink. So the thinnest dinks. I'm gonna give this one over to Rob first, just because you got to have something good going on over there.
Oh.
Rob. Can you name the one of the two? This is a shared thinnest dink, I believe. One of the 2 teams that have risen 6 spots in the NFL.com power rankings. It's one of 2. They've both risen 6 spots. One went from number 27 to 21st, and the other one went from the 12th spot all the way up to the 6th spot. Name one of those 2 teams.
Is one of them the Cardinals?
It is not the Cardinals. I defer the question to Bear.
Let's go with the Broncos.
That is absolutely correct. The Broncos rising
Mhm.
from the 27th spot, going all the way to the 21st spot now with that big dub over the Patriots. Good job, Broncos. And now Coach Krendor, can you name the other team? You should be able to name the other team that has gone from the 12th spot to the 6th spot, usurping one. Well, we'll get to that team in a moment. Coach Krendor.
Is it the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
It is the Tampa Bay
How did you know?
Buccaneers.
I can't believe
The
I was
Bucs-
able to guess.
The Bucks rising screeching ahead, going all the way to the 6th spot from the 12th spot, with a big win over the Green Bay Packers, who sadly, unfortunately, Coach, hate to break it to you, have dropped 6 spots now. They went from number 1 to number 6, but they're still in the top 10.
That's fine. That's all right. I'll take it.
They are still in the top 10 now. Apollo, this one's going to be for you, just because I have faith in your ability to get this one, Apollo. The fattest doink. This team has dropped 8 spots, going from 19th all the way down to the 27th spot. Can you name this team? I'll give you a hint. Before you guess, I'll give you a hint. They're in the NFC.
I was gonna say the Cowboys.
It is not the Cowboys. It is the Minnesota Vikings.
I was gonna say Vikings. Yeah.
Oh,
The
they dropped
Vikings.
that hard?
They fell all the way from the 19th spot to the 27th spot.
I don't even agree with that.
They barely showed up in a week 6 matchup and limped out of their own building after a 40-23 whooping by the previously winless Falcons. That's what happens when you lose to the Falcons.
I guess.
And then, of course, rounding out the bottom, we all know it, and we're gonna just go for our weekly Jets wrap up here. Thanks to Dan Hanzus from the NFL Power Rankings, NFL.com Power Rankings. Another week, another embarrassing 3 hours for the Jets and their long-suffering fan base. This time, it was a 24-0 loss to the Dolphins. New York's first blanking by their rivals to the South since the 1982 AFC Championship game. As the losses mount, it gets increasingly more difficult to understand why management isn't making a move at the head coach. Adam Gase is now 30 wins, 40 losses in his entire career, 7-15 with the Jets, with 31 of the 40 losses coming by double digits.
Oh
The
God.
Jets' margin of defeat this season is 18.3 points, and the offense has produced 6 touchdowns in 6 games. Online conspiracy theorists have believed that the Jets are keeping Gase to ensure the team gets the number 1 overall pick in the 2021 draft. It's not the craziest thing we've heard. Thank you, Dan. Hands us. Now we got to go for a couple true and false really quickly. He's going to Bear, true or false. The New England Patriots still in the top 10 of the NFL Power Rankings, NFL.com Power Rankings.
That can't be true. False.
That is absolutely correct. The Patriots have now fallen down to the 12th spot. They are no longer in the top 10. They weren't in the top 10 last week, but they were the week before. And now this one here, this one's going to Coach Krendor. True or false? The Chicago Bears are finally in the top 10 of the NFL Power Rankings and NFL.com Power Rankings, despite being 5-1 and totally disrespected.
Let's see. Thinking of other teams that could be there. I think they're gonna be like 11 or something.
That is absolutely correct. Woo. The Bears almost getting the award for a 3-way tie for the thinnest dink, now rising 5 spots, but they're still out of the top 10, and they're sitting at the 11th spot. Robert, this is going to be for you. It's not a true or false, but can you name a 3-2 team that would be ranked above the 5-1 Bears to be ranked number 10 in the top 10 power rankings?
Ooh,
I'll give you a hint. They're in the NFC.
Is it the Saints?
It is absolutely the Saints, who are sitting at 3-2. They are still ranked above the 5-1 Bears, even showing that the Bible of the internet does not care about the 5-1 Bear records. Woo. And finally, Apollo, I've got to send this one to you. True or false, Apollo? The Cleveland Browns are still within the top 15 teams of the NFL Power Rankings and NFL Power Rankings, despite being 4-2 and ranked below many teams that have a better record than them.
So I think it is true that they are still in the top 15.
That is absolutely correct. Falling out of the top 10, the Browns almost got got the fattest doink, dropping 6 spots from the number 9th spot. I don't know what Dan was thinking last week, all the way down to the 15th spot now. The correction has indeed happened. And if we want to round this one out, Bear, true or false? This was it's not really even a true or false. Just okay, true or false? True or false, Bear? True or false? The Dallas Cowboys are still in the top 25 rankings of the NFL Power Rankings on NFL.com. Top 25, Bear.
That's true, I guess.
That is incorrect.
Wow.
The Cowboys actually just barely missed out on the 25th ranking.
I should have known.
And they went down. They finally have fallen down to the 26th spot, just cascading all the way down from the 22nd spot from last week. They have settled down to the 26th now, being bested only by the Vikings, who fell 8 spots. Bengals, the Giants, the football team, the Jaguars, and the New York Jets. And that is going to do it for the Power Rankings. NFL.com Power Rankings. Back up to Coach in the booth.
I just want you to know that when you asked Rob to name the 3-2 team that was ahead of them, there are only 2 3-2 teams right now, and then you gave him a hint that narrowed it down 2-1.
That's a great point.
I wouldn't expect Rob to remember who the other 3-2 team was, though, because they didn't play and they're in the AFC. Who's the other 3-2
It's
team?
the Raiders.
Rob?
The Raiders.
Oh, sorry. Fuck, man. My bad.
Jeez.
I have the standings up, so I mean.
Yeah. I wonder when the last time a 26th ranked team was in first place. That's weird.
Yeah, right? Jesus,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
I love that the Bears are so disrespected that they're 5-1.
It's not even disrespected. They barely beat the Giants.
Oh man,
The NFC East
Super Bowl.
Giants.
I'm calling it. Super Bowl is the Bears.
It's
They
not.
shouldn't have beat the Bucks. Let's
Oh
just
my
be
God!
honest.
The Bears have signed the Manti Te'o to their practice squad.
The guy with the
What the
girlfriend?
shit?
Let's go, dude.
Mr. Catfish himself.
John Ross has approached the Bengals about a trade.
Oh. That's
Adam
not great.
Gase
Oh boy.
said he has other things to get sorted out, and giving up play calling is step 10. They're on step 2. They're on step 2.
Oh, they're on step. That's good. It's the
You
seventh
still got
week.
8 steps
Step
to go.
2 on week 7. That's
Yeah,
great.
no, that's good. That's good. Good stuff.
Oh man.
I don't know. Like, even if that's right, why use the metaphor? You know, like,
Yeah.
it doesn't help anything.
Like step 10 to what? Where are you going? Where are you going, Gase?
I think at this point, like, he's just trolling the media.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think.
I think
Yeah.
I think he's enjoying the circus. And honestly, like, I'm not a conspiracy theorist at all. I leave that stuff to Mathis, but like I think that Gase actually is only being sit there to be the whipping boy for the number one tanking pick for next year.
It seems like
yeah.
maybe
That's the only thing
yeah.
that makes sense. That's
Well,
the only
see-
thing that makes sense.
That would assume that there is some sort of logic or rationale towards this, as if it were a strategy. And honestly,
no, I don't think it's a strategic dumpster fire at all, man.
Yeah.
I think it's just burning.
yeah, I think that Joe Douglas has the reins of the GM, and they're like, do whatever, and he's like, well, this shit isn't going anywhere, so let's just get out as many picks as we can, and because Gase is gone, and I don't know, maybe I'm gone, who knows? Take some picks, and then the organization is like, well, Gase is cheap, and they're still paying Todd Bowles, by the way, so like that's part of the reason that they don't want to pay for new coaches is they don't want to pay more because they still make millions. It's New York.
Want to hear a fun stat?
Yeah.
So there's red zone attempts. The most red zone attempts is actually Gardner Minshew with 40, and he's thrown 10
Let's
touchdowns. Josh Allen, 37, thrown 12. Tom Brady, 34, has thrown 12. Daniel Jones, 32 appearances, 1 touchdown.
Oh no!
One.
That is
Yikes!
that's a
That
big yikes for me,
is-
coach.
That's a big yikes.
If you're wondering, where's another person at 1? That would be Andy Dalton at 10 attempts in the red zone. And then Sam Darnold and Joe Flacco.
Oh, yay!
What a queen
Yay,
eating crowd.
Sammy!
Man, that's not, honestly,
Hello,
dude.
my baby. Hello, my
Here's the
darling.
thing: if you're the Giants right now, do you just trade for Fitz Magic and just ride it to the NFC East win?
He's
I mean,
on
dude.
the downturn.
He can get to the red zone. The Giants get to the red zone, put Fitz Magic in there. He's gonna win some games.
You got a 50-50 shot, dude. Why not?
Yeah, they don't need him anymore in Miami. I'm telling you.
They're probably like totally out on Daniel Jones too.
Yeah.
I think that's over.
Well, I guess it's time for the pick'ems.
Pick'ems.
That sounded like an old witch. And I have candy for you.
My master.
Pick'ems.
They select correctly.
Dobby likes pick'ems. All right,
So yeah, pick'ems. Here we go.
pick'ems. Here we go.
Pick 'em.
Stay a while and give me your pick'ems
Stay
here.
a while and pick'ems. Giants, Eagles.
No, hold on. Eagle.
Yeah. That's the Eagles for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be taking the Eagles.
Eagle.
I share the same upward inflection with Rob.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
Is that everybody? You gotta get your picks?
NFC East, man.
The NFC
don't
East. Who knows?
NFC
I mean,
East. We have another one coming up too.
Just pick a tie. Just pick a tie.
Yeah, honestly, it might be right.
Panthers, Saints.
Ooh, CMC's still out, isn't he?
Yes, I think. Well,
No, he came back. I thought he came back.
Yeah, he was back
this
was
week.
he back?
Is he? Are you sure? I'm pretty sure he's out one more
He did not play versus the Bears.
Because I'm starting Mike Davis in fantasy, and if CMC's back, I'm fucked.
No, he's
Yeah, okay,
unlikely
he
to
did
play.
not play against the Bears. Yeah.
Okay.
So probably like a week 9, week 10 return for him.
Yeah. I think
Unlikely to play
Saints in that
versus
case.
Saints. Yeah, the Saints.
Yeah, Saints.
Gonna have to go with the Saints on this one.
But the thing is that the NFC South is brutal towards each other. I mean, like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the
It is-
Saints don't look that good. And I like Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah.
The
Panthers. They lost to the
Bears, though.
dude.
They lost
Yeah,
to the
dude.
Bears.
Well, the Bucks
Saints.
lost to the Bears.
Saints are probably
that's
getting Michael
wild.
Thomas.
Are the
back.
Bears good?
The Super Bowl.
Well, their defense is good, but their
Their
offense
defense
is
is good.
terrible.
Yeah.
Also, Michael
Anyway,
Thomas.
yeah.
Michael Thomas
I'm
coming
gonna-
back.
Oh, Michael Thomas is back, dude. Oh,
Yeah.
fuck. Yeah, no, it's absolutely Saints.
Yeah.
but Teddy throws a belt.
But I can't pick the Saints. I can't. I gotta pick the Panthers.
All right, you did it. Bills, Jets.
Lock the bill.
Bills.
No, he's just getting that one. I go, okay, man. I mean,
Any
I mean,
Jets
he does
takers?
have
No.
home team.
All right.
Yep.
Browns, Bengals.
look, but before we wrap, I'm gonna pick the Jets one of these weeks. I will.
Okay.
I have a feeling they're gonna get one win this season.
It's
Hold
not
on.
going to be this one.
You should look at their schedule
Jets
and then
games.
get back to me.
All right, we'll see.
Yeah. Let's
Browns,
see
Bengals
here.
is
All right.
tough.
Yeah,
There's nope. Nope. Oh
I'm gonna
boy.
go-
Nope.
seriously.
Do we know?
Is
if
it that bad?
We have a really tough schedule this year, and we're awful.
The only.
all right.
God,
I'll rattle them off for you.
Yeah, no, just
Bills,
rattle them off. Do it, yeah.
Bills, Chiefs, Patriots, Chargers, Dolphins, Raiders, Seahawks, Rams, Browns, Patriots.
Dude,
Which
y'all
one?
y'all are
They have a
not winning a
chance.
single game.
the only one they have a chance against would be the Browns.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But that's what I was asking for
I
this
don't even
game
think
though.
that.
Do we have a confirmation on something about Baker? Is he actually injured?
I think he's fine.
Mayfield. He is. I don't see anything.
He's winding up. He's winding up.
If there's
I mean,
not an
this is a-
alert or anything, he's probably fine.
This is a
Yeah, I think
Bengals
it's
team that
fine.
almost beat the Colts, and I can see them beating the Browns. I really can at home.
This is a tough one.
I'm picking the Bengals.
I'm picking the Browns.
I'm taking the Browns.
I'm
here,
taking
too.
the Bengals as well.
I'm gonna take
Yeah.
the Bengals.
Yeah.
Let's go Bengals.
The disrespect for the Browns.
I mean,
Well-
I'm allowed to. All right.
Is Nick Chubb?
Yeah.
When is Nick Chubb ever coming back, or what's happening?
That's a
with him?
good question. That's probably their
He's-
biggest concern, actually.
He's
Yeah.
actually dead.
He just says missing in a big way. Several
return
weeks.
Sooner.
It's not good.
Yeah, it's an MCL injury.
Yeah. Ooh.
That's rough.
So
Yeah, I'm going Bengals.
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 All right. All right.
Browns for me.
Oh, yeah, another NFC battle. Cowboys football team.
I'm going for the Washington football.
I'm going football team as well.
Team.
I'm also choosing the football team, and it's not even like hoping that they win or thinking that they'll win, but I just want there to be as few wins in that division as
Yeah.
possible.
I feel
I'll
that.
be taking the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. I mean,
faith.
honestly, they can still win. It's just I have no idea. who's
I
gonna
think
win
you
these
guys are
games.
crazy for picking the football team.
Again, it's mostly just out of a desire for it to happen.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so too. I mean,
Okay.
I feel like
to be
it's
fair,
really
the Cowboys just lost 31-3, like
Yeah.
in their home stadium on a
Yeah.
prime time.
Yeah. And McCarthy is losing the players,
He sure is.
but
Man.
they're still going up against the football team.
Yep.
God, it's just it's still every part of the football team is wrong. Just every
Yep.
part. Just
Agreed.
it's just seeing it in the standings, just seeing the big square. It's just so good.
Packers, Texans. I'm actually
Packers.
a little worried about Deshaun Watson, but I
Yeah.
think the Aaron Rodgers revenge game is going to be good. So yeah, Packers.
I think this is
Yeah.
going to be a close one, but I think the Packers are better.
The Texans are showing fight, but it doesn't matter when you're going up against a really good team. So, Packers.
I really think the Texans have a chance. So this one's tough for me.
They do.
Yeah.
They do have a
Absolutely
chance.
have a chance.
This looks like what it might be is a shootout.
Yeah, I think it's a shootout game.
And
But I think the
then,
Packers
I
can
don't
run
know.
the clock better.
Yeah, I think so too. But
It's a trap game for sure.
I'll take the I'll take the Packers. I think it's one score game though.
Yeah.
I agree.
I think it comes down to a field goal.
probably.
Yeah.
1 point difference for me.
Mason Crosby hasn't missed a field goal.
A .18 difference for Rob.
I think it's actually going to come down to the rare 0.01 point rule.
Who had the most inches on the field
Yeah.
at the end of the game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up next?
Oh, I thought somebody didn't pick. Lions, Falcons.
Oh, man.
Oh boy.
Everyone's so scared to pick against the
Now
Falcons.
you guys
I
know
don't
my
even know,
pain.
man.
Now you know my pain.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna take the Lions.
I feel like I haven't picked the Lions all year, and I don't think I'm going to start now. Falcons.
Wasn't there a stat for me about the Falcons? Hold on, I should
Probably.
I gotta look at the bad
I'm-
omens here.
this
The
is such
Falcons are not a 1-5 team, dude.
I know.
No.
No,
They never are though.
they
That's
should
the
be
thing.
a 3-2 team if they
But they
didn't blow
always
2
are.
games.
And but the thing is that the Lions are 2 plays away from being like, like Coach was saying, like 4-2.
Yeah.
Right.
Honestly, I think they're a very similar team. They're a very similar team. I think the Lions have a slightly better defense. The Falcons have a slightly better offense, but like they're pretty similar.
Yeah.
I will pick the Lions.
Yeah, I can't pick the Falcons. I really can't. I got to take the Lions here.
I'll take the Lions.
So
I'm
nobody's taking the Falcons.
for sure.
Oh,
No, I'll
Bears
take
taking
Falcons.
Falcons. Okay. So one Falcon taker. Steelers, Titans. Whoa, undefeated battle.
Ooh, baby.
Game of the week, actually.
You gonna lock
game
it,
of the week.
Apollo? You gonna do it?
Absolutely not. This is going to be an insanely close game.
I'm taking the Titans.
I'm going to take the Steelers, too.
What? I mean, I took the Titans.
I mean, you're the first one to take.
Oh, I thought you said
No, it was the ghost of
I had this logic last week, and I wonder if I should bring it to this week, where if I pick the Titans, if I'm wrong, then my team won. And if I'm right, then I won. So I can't lose by picking the Titans.
That is true.
fair point.
Yeah.
So I will pick the Titans.
Wow.
Whoa.
I'll be picking the Steelers on this one. The Titans barely got away from the Texans. Should have lost to the Texans.
So did the Steelers, though.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I still think that Pittsburgh's a better team. So
All right.
I'm not as conflicted.
I think Pittsburgh is a better team, possibly, but Derrick Henry.
Yeah. And Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, well, yeah, and Tannehill, but like
Derrick Henry against the number 2 rushing defense.
It's gonna be a
true.
battle.
Oh man, yeah, that's rough. But he's a power running back. Like he's like strong and fast. He's weird.
Looking at the top rushing yards per game, Derrick Henry, the only one over 100 yards a game average at 117 yards a game average.
That's
Dude, he
wild.
is
Yeah.
he's like far and away the most terrifying running back in the league right now.
Oh yeah. No
He
doubt.
looks like he's the same kind of thing as like prime Adrian Peterson. Not that I want to like give
But he's
Adrian
like
Peterson any
way
credit, but
bigger
he's-
than AP was.
He's way
Yeah.
longer.
He's more of a
No, I know.
downhill.
But that was the thing that he was known for, was that he was strong and fast. But like,
Did you
Derrick
see
Henry's
where he
like,
stiff armed that man? He stiff armed the man.
You can't even call it a stiff arm. Like what he did, he lifted the man. That's a grown man.
Yeah,
That's
sent
a
him to the
grown
nether
man.
realm.
Strong that
dude.
man and put him airborne with one hand.
Actually sent him into the stratosphere.
This is an NFL player. This isn't a regular human either. Like if that guy that he flipped looked at us in a funny way, we'd explode into a million pieces. Like this is a North Star. Like this is, I Titans.
All right.
Yeah, I'm still taking the Steelers.
All right. Then we've got the Seahawks Cardinals.
Oh man,
Give me the Hawks.
these games are all tough. I feel like.
This is going to be a tough game. I think, well,
Seahawks coming off of a bye. Come on.
you know what? I'm going to go Cardinals.
Wow.
Yeah. I think the Seahawks defense isn't that great, and I think Kyler Murray's going to, I think this will be a one-score game, too.
Yeah, I think so. It could be. Yeah.
You know what?
Maybe.
You sold me on it. Give me the Cardinals too.
No, I'm gonna stay with the Seahawks. I think they stay undefeated.
Yeah, I think you guys are giving Arizona a little too much credit.
I mean, last year, they split. Cardinals beat them at the end of last year.
Dude, divisional game, Cardinals at home. Like this is
true.
very
No, I agree with
possible.
you. I just think the Seahawks are still gonna win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the Cardinals are still cooking. They're not done.
All right.
You know.
All right.
Yeah.
Chiefs Broncos.
Woo!
I
That's a
will
Chiefs sub.
lock the Chiefs.
Yeah. I'll
Yeah.
take Chiefs.
Yep. It's
Yep.
gonna be the Chiefs.
Chiefs all around. Chiefs all around.
It'd be hilarious if the Broncos win this.
That
Though.
would be hilarious. It is a divisional game. Jaguars Chargers.
Give me the Chargers here, I guess.
They're 2-9 combined.
I think the
Give me the
Chargers are gonna win. I think Chargers here.
Yeah, Chargers.
I think I'm gonna take the Chargers too. Actually.
Minshew magic, baby.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, I'm taking the Jaguars. I can't take the Chargers.
Whoa.
I don't have any faith in the Chargers, but I'm gonna take them here. Even though I love Minshew magic, I'm still gonna take the Chargers. Because also, like Justin Herbert looks really good.
Yeah, that is true.
You're gonna pick against the Jaguars when they're going up against the 1-4 Chargers, but you're not gonna pick against them against the Lions this week.
I mean, no.
All right.
All right. 49ers Patriots.
This
is a close
should have
one.
been easy. This should have been an easy pick. If you would have asked me last week, I'd have been like,
Yeah.
Patriots. Oh, obviously.
I don't know.
I will be locking the Patriots.
Whoa.
Bold.
Talk.
I'm gonna take the Patriots.
I'll take the Patriots as well.
I'm gonna go.
I'll defer the lock to you, Bear, if you want it.
No, I'm going with the 49ers, man.
Woo, wow.
I'm gonna go with the
49ers,
Niners
man.
too.
All right.
I think.
It's
No,
I can't see him
Monster's
losing
out.
2 weeks in a row at home. I can't see
Yep.
it.
I don't either. That's why I'm locking them.
This year's different, man. This is like this is a bits and pieces team.
I think they're going to be
I think those bits
fired
and
up.
pieces are going to beat the 49ers bits and pieces.
Yeah,
They're also-
exactly.
actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Buccaneers and they're hated.
This actually could be the other game of the week because
Yeah, it is the game of the week.
the Raiders are so scary coming off the bye here.
It's John
think the
Gruden
Raiders
versus
win
old
this game.
team.
I love Pirate Bowl, dude. I just realized that's a thing.
Absolutely,
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John
Yeah,
Gruden.
this is the rematch.
John
I wanna go
Gruden
see this.
only coaches Pirates.
Yep, this is the rematch from the Super Bowl. It's Rich
Taking
Gannon,
the Bucks.
Rich Gannon versus Brad Johnson all over again.
Mhm.
But
I'm gonna take the Raiders.
Yeah, I'm also taking the Raiders.
he's doing that out of spite because he's mad because
I'm only partially doing it out of spite. I'm also doing it because
yeah.
I think John Gruden's gonna be like, man, I know Tom Brady, man, and I know how to get to that guy, man.
Well, I'm
That was almost enough mans to beat John Gruden. Halfway there.
taking the Bucks.
All right.
I'm gonna take the Bucks, but I'm uncertain.
Mm-hmm.
This is a tough week. A tough week of pick'em.
Yeah,
Don't let the Buccaneers fool you. They lost to the Bears. We
Speaking of the
absolutely
Bears.
shellacked the Packers, though.
Yes, but they lost to the Bears.
Yep.
But it's the Bears we're talking about.
Speaking of the Bears,
Hey, and you know what? You lost to the Saints, and we beat the Saints.
Win. They can't keep getting away with it. I'm taking the Rams.
dude, I am locking in the Los Angeles Rams. There's no fucking way the Bears are going 6-1. It's just.
I'm going to tell you
impossible.
right now.
You guys want to know something?
What?
I'm taking the Bears.
No, don't you do it.
You cannot.
You take it back, Rob.
It's happening. You guys you gotta accept it. You just
No,
gotta accept it. It's happening. It's happening.
Here's the thing. I'm going to lock the Bears.
Whoa! A versus
doing it.
lock.
You're a monster.
I'm going to a versus lock. There's no if they win, I'm like, all right, well, I locked it in. If they lose, I'm like, finally, I don't give a shit. The Bears finally lost. That's like it's like what you said with the Titans Steelers. Like it's win-win.
It's win-win. Yeah. No, for sure.
Bear, I'm going with you. I'm taking the Rams. I don't see the Bears train like rolling through this anymore.
It's
The
happening.
Rams are just better.
They are
I-
ranked better. And
I
everything.
hope they're better, man. I got to do it. I have to sacrifice my lock for the good of the world.
15-1 Super Bowl
Apollo.
this year.
Oh God.
Who'd you take?
No, I already took the Rams.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
They cannot get 6-1. They cannot.
They can't.
They
can't
cannot.
do it. They can't do it.
They are who we thought they are.
By the way, it's one of those weird things where like Packers beat the Saints, Saints beat the Bucks, Bucks lost to the Bears, but the
It's
Bucks
gonna be-
shit on the Packers.
feel
Wheel
like-
of parody.
This is like the most split. Like I haven't watched too many of your guys' episodes, but good lord, this was a lot of like 3-2 splits on the picks this week.
This is a
It's a
weird
tough-
pick week.
It's a tough week. Yeah.
I feel like
What
the
I
only
will say is-
surefire game this week is the Jets will lose.
Yeah.
What I will say is that it is a great week to be a football fan because this is going to be one hell of a weekend to watch football.
Oh
It's
yeah.
gonna be some weird games, man.
And the Thursday game, man, that Thursday NFC East game, that's going to be a close game, even though it's going to be bad.
oh, it's gonna be terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Thursday. Oh god.
Yeah.
yep.
Who?
I just sound like a Jersey mom there
Oh,
for a
God.
second.
Oh,
Oh, God.
Oh god. I really hope the Giants take this one. Oh,
I really
jeez.
hope I meet Brady Gronkowski, Rob's brother, at the supermarket, and then I become
Carson
part of his
Wentz, please
family
suck
when we
my
marry.
dick.
I hope I get a three-way with Gronkowski and Brady.
Apollo, did you?
I think that Brad Gronkowski's a nice boy.
Did everyone pick their? Did everyone get their locks in?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh yeah, because 2 people locked the last game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who did you lock, Apollo?
I locked the Chiefs against the Broncos.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, that's this week. And we'll hopefully have some fun excitement to happen next week. Who knows? Maybe the Jets will score a point. We'll find out on the next episode of Three Guys and a Bear and a Dog talk about the sport.
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun,
All right, we got to stop.
dun-dun-dun,
Goodbye.
dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.